Let's talk about Vivarium. Um, Vivarium is a movie made in 2019, May 18th, which is unironically, and you'll see why, it is very, very close to the release of the Backrooms. The first Backrooms post was made 6 days before the release. Now, obviously, you have to think that the movie Vivarium took years to create, or however long it took to create for an indie film of a full motion picture length. Um, but it's just a movie that is about the liminal aesthetic. Um, the liminal, the backrooms, the dreamcore aesthetic. So it takes place with a young couple looking to buy a home for the first time. They go and they get a real estate agent that takes them to Yonder, which is the name of a complex of suburbs. It's the same house over and over again, just thousands and thousands of this house. Um, and then it takes demons or aliens. They can't leave. They try to leave and they just run in circles, but they have to raise this weird alien demon child. Um, so I just wanted to get into the pros and cons of this and why I think you should or shouldn't watch it. I do have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the ratings. Letterboxd gives it a 2.8 out of 5, which is a 5.6 out of 10. IMDb is giving it a 5.9 out of 10. Metacritic gives it a 6.4 out of 10. And I just gave it a straight 5. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I didn't like it that much the second time. The first time I watched it, I was incredibly intoxicated. Uh, um, However, I think that we need to talk about the pros and the cons. Pros um, are that it is a great look at the original liminality. So I don't know if y'all remember, but there it wasn't the back rooms. It was before the back rooms. There were videos online using using music from The Caretaker, which is already an eerie soundtrack. If you would notice it from Wendigoon's video from the Dimension Simulator or Dementia Simulator. My bad. Um, Dementia Simulator album, or just if you've watched it, Everywhere at the End of Time, I believe is the name of it, by The Caretaker. So it's already an eerie soundtrack or whatever, but there were videos posted by random people that were just places that seem oddly familiar, and everyone thought about it, right? They think that you see them in dreams, and that's why they look, because it's all liminal means in between. So liminal would be a empty airport at 3 in the morning. You know what I mean? Or anything like that. So you get that feeling of I've been here before, or it is just the same place over and over again. It's a suburb, and everyone has been to a suburb at one point or another. Um, Secondly, would be that you don't have to necessarily think about a lot of what's happening. It definitely can be a popcorn flick, and even as like a film buff, even as whatever, I appreciate a good popcorn flick. But thinking about it, and the con is that it's 90 minutes long. I was checking the time. You know what I mean? Like I was checking the buzzer. Cuz it wasn't it doesn't need to be 90 minutes. It would have been a great short film. I think that Jesse Eisenberg and Imogen Poots, or I always mess up her name, they acted their ass off. Like they are amazing actors. I'm a Jesse Eisenberg defender until the day that I die. Um, and the kid actor, the child actor, you'll see him. The child actor is great at being this like evil, creepy, gross person. Um, And I just don't, I don't think that it needs to be an hour and a half. But obviously it was a motion picture, so it needed to meet that threshold. Um, I think my favorite scene in the movie, if you do decide to watch it, is the dance party. So for some reason, I don't know why. I love this, but like I don't know why it happens. The soundtrack is reggae. This is a British-made movie about the suburbs that has reggae. Especially the dance party is 007, or Shantytown by Desmond Decker. A very good song. It is a very good scene. Think about what would happen if you weren't able to hear your favorite song for years or months. For a long time, you don't hear any music whatsoever, and then they hear their favorite song or one of their favorite songs. That is that they capture that perfectly, because like I said, the effects in this movie are great, the acting is great. It's just that the writing and the timing suck. um that's about all I can say, is that the ending sucks. I hated the ending. The ending is like, you think that legitimately, I think, like, I was watching it and I was like, this could be a 6.57, and then the ending hits and it's just the worst thing you've ever seen. It's just a buzzkill. It doesn't answer any of the questions. And it's a movie that needed answered questions. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can't have, there are movies that are allowed to have unanswered questions. This is not that. This needed to be a complete bow on the top, right? But it just wasn't. I think that my favorite review on Letterboxd for this, I'll put it up, is it was like, the kid somehow made it so that Jesse Eisenberg wasn't the most annoying person in the movie for once. But yeah, Vivarium, I would say watch it if you like Liminality. I would say like it, like you'll like it at least to like watch it. Like I said, popcorn flick. If you like Liminality, if you like the Backrooms, if you like Dreamcore, if you like anything like that, I obviously do. I'm always going to be a fan of Dreamcore, Abandoned Spaces, Liminal Spaces, all of that. Urban exploring. But it's just, like, I love Liminality. I love indie horror movies. I love everything like that. And it's just, there was always something better. I'd always seen something better than in Vivarium. It's not like I hated it. It's not like I wanted it to die or so, you know what I mean? I didn't hate it. But it's just, 5 out of 10. Everything like that. It's just hard to think about. So yeah. Tell me what you think. Tell me, I thought about this while I was eating cheesecake downstairs. Tell me, if you're watching this, if you were a horror film, when was the first time you experienced Liminality as a horror genre? Was it way before the Backrooms? Was it the Backrooms? Was it Dreamcore on TikTok? Was it anything like that? Just let me know. I am actually excited to hear that. Just because it's so polarizing, right? Like, no one heard, like, you know what I mean? Like, my partner, whenever I met him, he had never heard of the Backrooms, but he had seen those videos I talked about at the beginning. And then I know one of my best friends has heard of the Backrooms. That's what he loves, is like those stupid levels. I always make fun of them because they added levels to the Backrooms. That was stupid. But yeah, just let me know. Anyway, take care. Thanks for watching. Let me know in the comments about that. Thanks for watching. Check out the Puzzle Go Yapcast. Check out my YouTube VODs from my Twitch, and then check out my Twitch. I'm always trying to do stuff. I'm always trying to do new stuff. I'm always trying to talk about different things. Take care. Have a great night. Bye-bye.